What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Cowboys, I mean, all this trade talk, obviously you're not getting Max Crosby. I'll give you 4 candidates we probably should trade, get rid of, and try to get something for them. I think you all know who one of them is. And he's number 1, Mozzie Smith. This just isn't working. And why not get something for him? I think it's obvious at this point you're not going to get a first. You might not get a second. You might not get a third. Maybe you get a fourth. Maybe you get a third if you're lucky. But you got to get something for him. Fourth, third, fifth, whatever. Marquise Bell. He just hasn't played well. Solomon Thomas. He's played decent this season. Trade him, get something for him. And James Houston. Hate to say it, but he's played decent. And with Overshown returning and Peyton Turner, if they do anything and you trade for somebody, James Houston, I would sub James Houston. I would sub James Houston for Sam Williams. I would probably get rid of Sam Williams. That's my opinion. But apparently, Brad Gagnon of Bleacher Report predicts that the Cowboys will get New York Jets edge rusher Jermaine Johnson. They want Will McDonald. I don't think they're going to get either of them. And here's why. Look, Crosby's great. Maybe in the offseason, the Raiders will do it. Should have done it in March. But the thing about the trades is, Crosby, Bosa, all these guys you want, McDonald, Jermaine Johnson, Myles Garrett, Trey Hendrickson, might be your best shot in the offseason, but 31 at that point. The thing is, and the toughest part about this is, none of these teams have to trade these players. They're not pending free agents. They're locked up on long-term deals. The ones that were free agents or close to being free agents. And the young guys are all under contract. So, and with Hendrickson, the problem is now hip injury. That's not great at almost 31 years old. Max Crosby has been banged up as of late a little bit. He's been injured this year. So, So just imagine we go back over a year ago when I said you all pay Micah now, save yourself some money, set the market instead of letting everybody else set it, and then you follow. Maybe they've learned a valuable lesson here. Because even if teams are willing to trade, what are you going to have to give up? Are they going to require a first round this year, next year, and the year after? A first round this year, next year, and then a second round, a fifth round, and a player? I mean, what is going to be the asking price? Because the first round, I'm out. I'm out. Now, you want to swap first rounders or something? We can talk, but Dallas has put themselves in a position to get screwed here. So today, the Bills signed Gabe Davis to their practice squad. The Bears signed C.J. Gardner-Johnson. The Packers signed Dante Barnett and cornerback Tyron Herring to the practice squad. And Jonathan Garvin and offensive lineman Royce Newman to the practice squad for the Packers. Or the Bears, I mean. There was trades today. Patriots trade defensive end Keon White to San Francisco. Signed running backs Terrell Jennings to the active roster and Dearness Johnson to the practice squad. The Steelers signed offensive lineman Jack Driscoll, safety Derek Forrest, and wide receiver John Rise Plumlee to the practice squad. 49ers signed defensive lineman Clellan Farrell to the practice squad. Waived offensive lineman Drew Moss. The Redskins signed wide receiver Robbie Chosen to the practice squad. And the Texans signed tight end Dalton Keene to the practice squad. Released running back Jahar Jordan from the practice squad. So now news from yesterday. Falcons signed cornerback A.J. Woods to the practice squad. The Bills placed defensive tackle Ed Oliver on injured reserve. Signed defensive tackle Jordan Phillips and safety Jordan Poyer to the active roster. The Bears reinstated defensive end Austin Booker from injured reserve. Placed defensive lineman Shamar Turner on injured reserve. Bengals placed linebacker Shake Hayward and center Matt Lee on injured reserve. Released defensive tackle Mike Pennell. Browns released offensive lineman Ladarius Henderson from the practice squad. Waived defensive tackle Jaden Cromedy. Broncos released linebacker Garrett Nelson and wide receiver Samori Toure from the practice squad. Released quarterback Sam Ellinger from the unit. Titans signed outside backer Trumaine Jones and cornerback Michael Robinson to the active roster. Placed outside linebacker Ali Guy on injured reserve. Signed cornerback Kimon Hall and wide receiver Hal Presley III to the practice squad. Released linebacker O'Shawn Mathis from the practice squad. Raiders released linebacker Brian Asamoah from the practice squad. The Rams side signed wide receiver Tyler Scott to the practice squad. Released cornerback Trey Brown. Dolphins placed cornerback Storm Duck on injured reserve. Signed cornerback Ethan Robinson to the practice squad. Vikings released safety Kayvon Wallace from the practice squad. Patriots signed running back Rashawn Baker and Jonathan Ward to the practice squad. Yeah. I'm trying to look for any Cowboys transaction. Nope. Last thing we did was place cornerback Trayvon Diggs on injury reserve. I'm trying to see if there's anything new. Apparently 7 hours ago, Cowboys are connected to Bengals edge rusher Trey Hendrickson again. I don't know. Sam Williams could possibly be traded. Jadeveon Clowney, we can be a great team. What are you gonna change here? Brian Schottenheimer says change is coming, but Wednesday, Perion Winfrey was designated return. Apparently, Diggs is rehabbing from a right knee injury. Donovan Wilson is questionable. Wanye Thomas is questionable. Jack Sanborn Johnny Cornelius. Elijah Clark is questionable. BB could be returning. Overshown. Siobhan Revel might be coming back. Malik Hooker's not yet back. Phil Maffa's not back. Peyton Turner's not back. Josh Butler isn't back. Let me look at the Cowboys' actual injury report here. Doesn't have anything. So Perham Winfrey did return to practice. Elijah Clark. Yeah, Cooper Beebe is apparently possibly going to be welcomed back this week. Sanborn could be returning. Wanye Thomas could be returning. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what the injury report says tomorrow and all. I'll let you know if I hear any trade news or things that have happened. So if you like the video, like, subscribe, comment, share, notifications. Once we hit 100, doing a free giveaway. Love you guys. I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.